So, Darth Sidious. I want to talk a bit about Darth Sidious.
Sidious.
So, I'll give Darth Sidious... This is, I find, an interesting fact. Sheev Palpatine. First name Sheev.
Sheev.
S-H-E-E-V.
Sheev.
Cool, eh?
Yeah.
So he's a human from Naboo.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's long time known, or is that since the prequels?
Since the prequels, I'd say.
Right,
But that's the official. And when you think about it, he was a somehow I think his rank or his political title started as a Naboo one, or one to that planet as much as he's working with Amidala, and I think he was a Naboo representative of some sort.
Right.
So it sort of makes sense. He'd be a native there.
Love the character,
Yeah.
I always been a little bit frightened of him, and and even now, knowing the actor that plays him, knowing that it's one of those actors that has that real old school acting cred about him. You know? Ian McDermott.
Yeah, McDermott. I don't know how to pronounce it.
He's wonderful.
Yeah.
He's old school taught. You can see, everything that he does is delivered so well.
Yeah.
What do you think though when you watch the original movie? Say for that picture from Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Does it still look like him though? I still feel like when I see the prequels, it's a different actor. It's not quite the same. What do you think? Do you immediately go, yeah, no, it's the same, looks the same, it's all the same?
I get a lot of that. I get a lot of the same. I find, because I guess for him, the visual dynamics, I don't find him quite as stimulating as all the others. It's just an old guy in a black cloak, virtually. But that's not to say it's not worth taking in. But I think there's more blue on him these days. I mean, the image there is virtually black. Like there's just a black cloak, and there wasn't quite the lighting, and so just an opinion.
Return of the Jedi, he had a pure black robe.
Yes.
And he was quite frightening looking.
Yeah.
And then even when he became the Emperor or Darth Sidious in the prequels, there was some brown going on.
Right. Yeah.
When he sees Yoda, Master Yoda, you survived, and he gets into a lightsaber battle with Master Yoda.
Yeah.
And he's wearing a brown robe going on.
I have to take another look. Yeah.
Even the figurine that AJ's got is a brown. Like my old figurine is very grey.
Yes.
With the long sleeve bits.
Yeah.
It's very grey.
Yeah.
His is brown with bits of black.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
What did you think of that whole sequence where he exposes himself to Anakin, and Anakin exposes his lightsaber, and Mace Windu comes in, and did you like all that?
Yeah, I liked it when I watched it. I did. Yeah, I thought it sort of ended. I don't know. It wasn't a fulfilling scene. It wasn't a scene where afterwards you went, "Yeah, great to watch that scene." But I remember being caught up in it as it was occurring. I guess I would have liked to have seen more. I think more. I would have liked to him sleeping and going. I don't know. I mean, how can you do more than kill children? I guess. I just find it was a fast transition.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on it? I
mean, I didn't like the way Hayden Christensen just sort of falls to his knees and says, I will do whatever you ask, Master. And it just, I wasn't there. I wasn't sold.
Yeah, sure.
I would have, for as much as I've invested in this character and what I envisaged the transition from the light side to the dark would have been like, come on, give me a bit more pain, some suffering, some tears, some sweat, not just, an actor and the thing is about the prequels too is everything's immaculate. Nothing looks worn in like Star Wars.
Yeah.
And that really gets me too.
Yeah.
You see these on-set production photos from the prequels and you've got Obi-Wan immaculately trimmed and the costume is perfect. And even when he fights with Anakin at Mustafar and he comes back from that, you've got very strategically placed burn spots on his outfit. None of it ever looked real. So that sequence doesn't look real.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
even the way Mace Windu comes in is so staged. It's so badly staged. None of it's believable.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, they're difficult films to watch at times.
You know, he's pointing the lightsaber at he's too dangerous to be left alive. And there's just none of it. I'm not buying any of it.
Yeah.
You know? I need him. You know, you got Anakin in the background. I know.
What happened there?
There goes Mace. He's out. You know, like a punk.
Right between the posts. I mean, he got pelted, didn't he?
So, and there you go. You got Mace. You've got that actor. You got Samuel Jackson, and still we're not hitting the mark.
Come on, guys. It said it's the writing, but still, you always get the feeling it was just because it was Star Wars. Everyone was like on their very best behaviour or behaviour better than what their best was. Everybody was trying to outdo themselves, and nobody can relax, and nobody can just have fun with it. Everybody feels like they could get fired. It's just, they're not worthy. It's a strange experience for them. I'm not worthy to work on Star Wars, so I'm not going to do a great job. So I'm going to do a perfect job. No job's great because it's perfect.
You know,
and you go, well,
you're not far off, lad. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. You know, I mean that would be very much the case. I'm sure.
And nobody wanted to tell this guy, and this guy just. And like I think I've mentioned.
Do you think
before,
they were like that in the production room? Like,
definitely. I think they were like that, man.
So what are you working on, George?
Yeah, he might.
And he'd, you know,
throw your bone. It's very good. It's very good. If he went for anybody got my yellow highlighter, you fucking started creaming yourself. Like, oh my God, he's going to approve something on the spot.
You've seen that footage of him circling across
the
Fuck off, man! Who are you? Coming in there with your God complex, but, you know, and then he even gets confused. Confused myself.
There's a collective. But really, no, I was not really there for the rest of it. Jeez. But they're like they're in a uni lecture too. They're like, of course.
The precious
did you just see what he just did then? Wow.
The precious genius. Everyone forgets Howard the Duck.
Poor George.
We do give it to him, but it's like, it's like the uncle
love George,
we're just like ripping into him. We love him.
The best. Where would we be without him? George, God. Yeah, what is this?
But he must have heard so much of this sort of talk that he's just...
Yeah, that's right.
There he goes, another couple of knuckles. Listen into me.
Take her. Just, which way? Where did I go? It was just, poor guy. Yeah. I mean, even if you did an interview, if you were granted an interview and he was going to come in and he was going to sit down,
I'd be in awe,
and you got to come up with your questions, and what were you thinking when you came up with Han Solo? I mean, he would just, cry with boredom. It'd be hard to ask an original question of the man.
Yeah. When you're in Tunisia, what did you eat for lunch? Think of another question.
I like it. Yeah, at least it's something we wouldn't have heard before. Yeah, it'd be hard. They've done so much. So, yeah, good old George.
But without talking about Darth,
sure.
What did you think of the Sidious and Darth at the end bits? At the end of Revenge of the Sith. Did you like that?
Watching him come up and watching him sit it there was very cool. Definitely when he got his mask, I was riveted. I was riveted when he got his mask put on. But those scenes there, right up, you know what? I loved it right up until he spoke.
Oh, you didn't like the speaking?
I guess it was the voice was good.
Is she okay?
But the no, Is
she safe? What does he say? Oh my God! Is he? Is she safe? Had to bring James Earl Jones back for that.
She's safe. Yeah. So, and It was all right, though. I mean, the end of Revenge of the Sith is a favourite of the prequels for me. I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it.
Cutting from the bits.
Yeah,
and it's
I
good.
really enjoy it. It was the closest it got to having the quality of the originals was the last 20 in Sith for me.
I enjoyed all three in the cinema. I watched them all and I enjoyed them all. In fact, when I watched The Phantom Menace, I was right in there. That first sequence with them where they get the smoke-filled room and the droids are waiting for Ewan McGregor and Qui-Gon, and they come out with the with the lightsabers.
Yeah.
So again, there's so many bits. There's so many sequences to love. You love this 100%. Final sequence. I was there for the final sequence. I enjoyed it.
Yes.
You didn't like the no.
Not particularly. I guess, even if he'd got down on his knees and grunted with pain and didn't say a word but made a sound, and if they could pull it off, you know, but no, I don't think I would know of a person that would do that, let alone Darth Vader. I just can't. I just think it needed to be something you can kind of relate to yourself doing. Yeah. Maybe I've never been in pain that badly.
No, it wasn't real. It didn't feel real. It feels fake to most people. That's why everyone centres on it as being such a sore spot. I think you did right, but I think a realistic, like, what have I done is a personal reflection. It's not an outward thing. Yeah. If I'd done something and I'd have to reflect on my bad behaviour, I think I would just drop to my knees because my heart would drop and I just... I mean,
okay, he's strapped.
You know,
but
the pain could be expressed without the no.
You know, and you could really deliver that and see him come down and really hold on.
Yeah. None of it. We're just talking about Mace and he's too dangerous to be left alone. It's all so George
so staged, so wooden, so stunted. Yeah. And I think one draft, you know, I wonder how I'd be interested to know how many revisions there were. Did he just go in and do one or two or just tidy up the spelling and then they shot it? You know, it's George Lucas. I don't know. I mean, I'm probably taking it a bit far, but be interested to know.
What you said, that everyone was thinking of him as the precious genius coming back. Yeah. Let the created create.
Yeah.
No.
He might not have even revised himself. Maybe he didn't reread it, or who knows. And I guess it's easy to be an armchair critic. It's not easy to do what he had to do. And I guess the thing we've always got to remember is 3 extras don't make the 3 first any worse. You know, the man still did even the first. I mean, he only directed, as you know, episode 4. Yeah. But it doesn't take away from that. You know, he could do 10 prequels and he still would have done Star Wars as he did it, and his mind is the way his mind is. So we give him all reverence for that at all times, and the prequels don't take away from George Lucas.
Don't you love watching the original Star Wars when you know it doesn't know how good it is?
Yeah.
You know, that's what I love about it.
It's so well put. Yeah, for sure. And it's ease of being cool. It's just, you know, the way the sets are done and the way it's dressed and the way they're acting, and they're not aware of the size of it, and they just take their lines and make sure the character sounds like what it's meant to do, and they do it well. And they've got a couple of movies in, and they're all, I mean, you know, Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill. I mean, wonderful job. Yeah. They know how to.
And then you've got your first time Ben Burtt.
Yeah.
Wow. Creating new sounds, which he doesn't know. He's just giving it a crack. It just happens to work.
What a legend. What a legend.
John Williams already had his reputation.
John Williams is just getting better.
Yeah. Recommended by maybe Spielberg.
Right.
Recommended him.
Wow.
Use this guy.
Yeah.
I've used him before.
Awesome.
I think he'd used him for Jaws up until that point.
I know he did Jaws, but that's awesome. Didn't realise he met. It makes sense.
Phil Tippett doing a little chessboard characters bits, and then you've got all these, you know.
Can I say on that? Yep. Apparently he still has them, or up until those he's kept on his desk.
Right.
The little marquettes for the chessboard characters.
Wow.
But it's trivia.
So many elements. You know, it's never just George. It's so many elements.
Yeah.
So many elements.
Yeah,
music,
there's synergy. Yeah.
special
Wow.
effects,
Wow. Yeah.
costume.
Yeah.
You know, look, and Ralph McQuarrie as well. Concept. And George had some ideas, and I bet George even looked at Ralph's pictures and went, "Yeah, yeah,
Shit.
forget what I said. Let's do that."
You got any more? Got any more? Yeah. Well, cool.
George. Always ripping into George.
He's so cool, though, Uncle George. Uncle George. I mean, that's what's so good about him, man. You can write him off, but he knows you love him. He knows you love him. He does. He knows we love him.
Cucarachas enojadas.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's the 10 crack commandments. Why? You can't tell me nothing about this coke. Can't tell me nothing about this crack, this weed, my hustling niggas. Niggas on the corner, I ain't forget you niggas. Triple B niggas. I've been in this game for years. It